As of January 5th, 2011, the gentleman from Iowa, Mr. King, is recognized for 60 minutes as a designee of the majority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's always my privilege and honor to address you here on the floor of the United States House of Representatives. And today, I come before you with a humble heart and a very appreciative American appreciation for a young man whom I believe this Congress needs to honor. And I'll be reading into the record a poem that's titled, "They'll Not Take That From You," and it's in honor of an American hero, Staff Sgt. Travis Mills, Bravo Troop 4, 73rd Cav, 82nd Airborne, United States Army. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to honor this remarkable young man, Staff Sgt. Travis Mills, the United States Army of North Carolina included. On April 10th, 2012, while out on patrol with his troops in Milan Province, Afghanistan, Staff Sergeant Mills almost lost his life during an IED explosion. He is known for leading his men in combat. Where they go, he goes. After the explosion, while being airlifted on the bird, an extraordinary moment was noted by the medic on board. While gravely wounded, he did not shed even a tear, and he asked how his men were doing who were also wounded. He then smiled at them, gave them a wink to reassure them. This is a man that lost 4 limbs, Mr. Speaker. It was impressive, to say the least. Staff Sergeant Travis lost 3 of those limbs initially, and later a 4th limb. In 2 short weeks, already his progress and courage was an inspiration, to say the least. And now he embarks upon his recovery. Nothing is going to slow his recovery down. I ask that this poem, penned by Albert Caswell, will be placed into the record as I read it into the record, and it's titled, "They'll Not Take That From You." And what can these, our brief lives so make? All out upon our life's weight. All within these, our short lives await. So then, which steps must we also take? All in our time's worth, not to forsake, all in which we so create. For the path is straight, my friend, and our journey is but a long and hard one. So then, for it's all in our hearts depends, it is up in heaven we wish to wake. Travis, no, they'll not take that from you. They may take your strong arms and legs, they may even make you cry out in pain, as do they, until it's death, for death you beg. And there are a few most magnificent things, Travis, that they not so take that from you. All because of what you so gave. The word of hero now comes before and after your fine name this day. And heaven for you, Travis, one day awaits, as from you this they'll not so take. They'll not take that from you, for it's that most splendid word of honor, that which so courses all through your magnificent veins. For you were one of those magnificent, gallant ones of all, who, like all of those other fine souls before you, stood so tall, who so selflessly marched off to war, to hear that clarion call, leaving behind all that they so loved, all of your most precious loves, who you held so very high above, all for the greater good, Travis Mills, with tears all in your most magnificent eyes, as you so left and so said your last goodbyes, with your heart of gold comprised, marched off to war, so ready to die. Travis, no, they'll not take that from you. With all your most splendid valor and grace, with all of your most magnificent courage, so all in place, as you so heroically stared all in death's face, and the smell of death upon you so waft, and yet with each new step somehow you still kept pace, and such heartache upon your fine soul was placed, as all for your brothers in arms you so led the way. And as so boldly you so stood all there in uniform, as why now you so hold such a splendid place, all in our hearts so very warm, all in this our human race. No, no, they will not take that from you. For Travis, yours will always be a heart of such honor and faith, one of such most splendid grace, as we so look upon your most magnificent face, and so see what you gave, And so there we also find such a fine soul as comprised, who above all others we must now so place. But with your most heroic will, as Travis you climbed mountains and so climbed hills, as your own blood was so spilled, and still you did not lose pace, and now your new battle has just begun, as your fine heart now so shines all like that morning sun. As you rebuild with each new step, all one by one. No, fine one, you're airborne, and they'll not take that from you. For it was you who so chose to answer freedom's most noble call. As our Lord God your great valor saw, they'll not take that from you. For in these our most troubled times, all in these our most shortest of lives, only but one thing so lives on, so shines, as not so gone, as out in our eternity so survives. And is what we so do upon this earth, do we in darkness so reside? Or is it with our goodness that we so make even the angels to cry? For if all in our most noble deeds that we so succeed to fight evil's needs, then it's heaven we shall also see, for these are such things that which only our magnificence can bring, and that no one else can so take from you, Travis. Sing, no, Travis, they will never take that from you, and now the time has so come. It's time to mount up, Cav, my son, to go airborne on recovery, to get up and run, to win one more battle, like all of those other ones you've also won, because, Travis, you are Army strong. You are America's heart and sun. They may have taken your strong arms and legs, but your fine heart and soul they cannot so touch, can they? And that's what you run with this very day. Bravo, my son. You are airborne in every way, as once again you are out on point leading the way. For Travis Staff Sergeant Mills, you have so many lives to touch, so many hearts to fill as such, and so many years from now, heaven is yours one day, so don't rush. And your family in this world so needs men like you as such. Travis, they'll not take that from you. Mr. Speaker, I appreciate your attention, and I ask to introduce this into the record, and I yield back the balance.